Hello and welcome back to Rewriting the Past here on TEW 2020 with WCW in the year 1998. It's time for WCW nWo Slamboree 1998. It's pay-per-view night and there's something massive happening after the pay-per-view, so do make sure to stick around for the following day. First things first, any interesting news? Luthez is retiring at the ripe old age of 82. So that's Luthez going. Shame because he's a very good road agent, but he's also ancient. Yoshiaki Fujiwara is retiring, which is hilarious because he's still wrestling these days. Bob Orton Jr. retiring. New Japan held the best of the Super Juniors, but still not the finals yet. Konan's just changed his style, basically. And then if we have a look elsewhere, we had King of DDT as Masao Orihara won the King of DDT tournament, beating Ikuto Hidaka in the main event, for anybody interested. IWA Mid-South had a show. Ian Rotten wasn't called the scumbag this time, so that's good. And yeah, today's all about two things. It's about Slamboree and it's about the night after. Because, oh yes, we're going to have some fun. This is going to be a shorter episode than usual because I've already pre-booked the pay-per-view, so I just need to add everything to it. Kurt Hennig, thank God, I thought that was going to be a bad one. And more psychology to Prince Iaukea. So, automatic selection, we've got all of our coverage, which is good. And everybody is here. We've got 8 segments pre-booked. And I've just given away the bloody spoiler. God damn it. Oh well, you guys now know if you saw that. Sorry, but whoops. So we're going to open the show with Eddie Guerrero versus Syxx. And what we're going to do here, Eddie Guerrero is going to pick up the win against Syxx in 13 minutes. Eddie will win decisively as well to retain the Cruiserweight title. We'll then, I think, move on to Booker T versus... No, we'll do Jericho Malenko, I think, next. And Chris Jericho will retain the title by defeating Dean Malenko via help with Dan Severn. Then we'll do... Yeah, we'll do Booker versus Benoit here. And we're going to give Booker T the win over Benoit. A good long match as well. Then we will do the tag titles. And Nash and Conan will retain. I don't think that's a surprise to anybody. DDP Raven probably should go next. And we will have Raven get the win. I'm actually going to keep DDP strong as well. That's fine. Goldberg versus the Giant. Goldberg obviously is winning that one. Oh, I should probably put the belt on the line because I hadn't done that after I made the title change. Hogan Savage. We're going to have Hogan be the winner. And then in our main event, we are going to do Goldberg in the main event. It's not a surprise to anybody, I don't think. But we're going to have Goldberg join midway through. And then he's going to be the one that actually gets the win over Kurt Hennig. And absolutely not is Kevin Sullivan doing the match. Let's actually check. Briscoe, that's fine. Bruno, yep. Dusty, yep. Paul Orndorff, that's fine. Orndorff, that's fine. Dusty, that's fine. And then Finlay, I can give someone better. We'll give it to Bruno. There we go. And that's all our matches. Very simple. We're taking up enough of the time. We'll do some angles, obviously. So I think we'll just do some pretty standard angles here. So Sting, Brett, and Roddy do a promo. So Team WCW say tonight, the 4 Horsemen get ended. And then we'll also do a 4 Horsemen promo. So Lex, Rick, Rude, and Kurt. And we'll just all in Entertainment. Four Horsemen say they cannot wait to beat down the three men on Team WCW. Emphasis on the three. And then we'll just put both of them before the main event. Any other promos? I think I'm just going to do that, to be honest. I don't really see the point in doing any more promos. We could do a Hogan Savage one, but I don't see the point. So, yeah, I'm not going to bother. Not going to bother. Pre-show. Let's see. So, Steiner's against Vicious and Delicious. I suppose that'll be a good match to have on the pre-show. Scott can get the win. Click the right bloody buttons. Also on the pre-show, we'll do a singles match between Ray and El Dan? No, Ray and La Parka. Give La Parka some kudos after his match against Goldberg. But he's not winning. Ray's getting the win. Just to keep Ray strong. And then we'll do another tag. We shall do Faces of Fear against Steve McMichael and Jim Duggan. What a match, folks. A barn burner. Oh, shut up, McMichael. There we go. Yeah, that's it. That's the benefit of doing the pre-booking, is that you can book a pay-per-view within 5 minutes. It's amazing. I could do more angles, but I've already hit my quota that I need. And I feel like we're just going to try and let the matches speak for themselves here. To be honest. So, oh, I never set a venue. Is 66,000? Is there anywhere big enough? Yeah, let's just go in the southeast. We'll just do a generic venue because I don't think there is one big enough. No. Unless I import a bunch of venues. Let's do 1997. Venues and locations. Oh god, there's a lot. Okay, screw it. Let's just add. Let's have a chat while this happens, because it's going to take a while. But yeah, I think this is probably a better idea. This can hopefully give us some more venues to play around with, especially as we go up in size. It's a bit boring running quote unquote generic venue in the southeast, so it is what it is. We're going to put on a good show tonight. It's going to be a good pay-per-view, I'm confident of it. The only thing that's going to be an issue is Elizabeth being on the face-heel divide with Savage. But other than that, we're alright. Now, oh my god, I've added too many venues. Right, so 60,000. I'll do 52. There we go. See, now we've got venues. Let's go to the Georgia Dome. That makes the most sense. There we go. The Georgia Dome is the host for Slamboree. Let's go. And the show opens with an amazing match as Meng and the Barbarian defeat Steve McMichael and Jim Duggan. And those two guys are horrible together, to the shock of nobody. We do get a 72 overall though, as Steiner's defeat Vicious and Delicious. And then 67 is Ray Jr. defeats La Parka. So we've got, in the words of Vince Russo and the old WWF format sheets, Pyro and Ballyhoo plays the intro video, plays, and WCW never really did those, but you know, they pretend we did. 65,101 people in the Georgia Dome tonight as we open the show with Eddie Guerrero defeating Six with the Frog Splash to make defense number 4 of the Cruiserweight Championship, and we get a 76 rated match opener, so that's very good. I'm happy with that. That's an incredibly solid number. Eddie, just the man. We then get an 83 afterwards, so we've started off really hot here. As Chris Jericho defends the World Television title for the 9th time, defeating Dean Malenko in 17 minutes, 18 seconds with the Lion Tamer after interference from Dan Severn. Both guys in the 70s, Jericho in the high 70s. We love to see it. Oh yes, we get an 80 afterwards as well. Oh, this is a good start. Booker T defeats Chris Benoit in 19 minutes, 1 second, using underhanded tactics. And Booker T with only a 58, which is a bit rubbish. But it's fine, he's getting better. The match got the crowd hotter as well, so we're continuing the good run. I think this might be where the show collapses a little bit. It gets a 75. I tell you what, this is a hot show. Kevin Nash and Conan make defense number 3 of the WCW World Tag Team titles as they defeat Martis and Raph with the Tequila Sunrise after blatantly cheating the title or something, or a chair. Raph not looking too great, but everybody else in the 60s, Martis and Raph have the Tag Team Specialist bonus as well. Lovely stuff. Lovely. This match was my biggest concern, so the fact that it's got 75 is very appealing. I forgot about the fact they don't click. I need to stop doing this feud. Raven with an absolute stink. This match sucked. 64 overall. Raven beats DDP with the even flow DDT. It's meant to also say via interference, unless I put decisive by accident. I don't. This stunk. Let's just move on. Let's not put these two together ever again. Okay, we've actually dropped off quite a bit here. 69 for Goldberg beating the Giant with the jackhammer. Defense number 2 of the US title as well for Goldberg. Lack of selling on display, but yeah, that's a bit rubbish. That DDP Raven match has killed the crowd. Oh well, we'll hopefully get them back here. Yeah, 83 gets us back a little bit as Hollywood Hogan defeats Randy Savage, again using underhanded tactics. Hollywood Hogan makes defense number 1 of the WCW World Heavyweight Championship. Both guys on an 81. The face heel divide was a bit of an issue, but not too much, as Elizabeth used subtle mannerisms to hint at a future face turn, even though she's already a face for all intents and purposes. If I do this change now, it will fail miserably, so we need to not do it. But that's fine. 83, I can live with that. I'm optimistic about these next 3 segments. Yeah, we get a 99 for Sting, Brett and Roddy. They say, the 4 Horsemen, they're finished tonight, basically. And then in the converse, we get a 100 from the 4 Horsemen saying they can't wait to beat down the 3 men on Team WCW, with emphasis on the 3. So, main event. I don't know how the Goldberg midway thing's going to happen. I'm hoping it goes well, but we shall find out now. Oh, yes. A 94 overall, despite the fact that Luger and Piper were really off their game and Goldberg was off his game as well. Goldberg still got a 68, Piper a 63, Luger a 72. But in a bout that had fantastic heat and great wrestling, Roddy Piper, Sting, Bret Hart and Goldberg defeated the 4 Horsemen of Ric Flair, Rick Rude, Kurt Hennig and Lex Luger when Goldberg hit Kurt Hennig with the jackhammer to end it. Goldberg came in midway through the match when Team WCW was struggling. Goldberg comes down, puts his hand out for the tag. The referee's like, yeah, sure, whatever. This is WCW, mate. Nobody cares about the rules. And he comes in, destroys everybody. And that's a great way to end a very good pay-per-view. 91 overall. If these two matches didn't stink the joint out, especially this Raven DDP match, we would have been laughing. So, for praise, I think we've got to do Goldberg. I think that we also have to do... I did Booker T after the last one. Dean Malenko, I think, deserves a lot of praise. And yes, great, we'll just do Eddie, because we love Eddie. And they're all happy. Beautiful. I'm super happy with that show. 91 overall. Again, those two matches, if they were a bit better, we would have been really rolling into the mid-90s, I think. Possibly 94, 95. But 91, can't complain. I think it's going to do monster money for us as well. I wouldn't be shocked if we got to near like 30 million or something at the end of this month. Which is good because we're going to be spending a lot of money in a moment. Long-term viewers of the channel will know what's about to happen here. So, buckle up. You can probably see it in the news article. But we had an incredible show. A 3.7 buy rate and a 3.18 TV rating. A total viewers of 4.6 million. And we crushed Over the Edge, who interestingly didn't have a world title match in the main event. Which is very odd, considering what's about to happen. But before we do that, how much money are we on? 27 million. That's fine. So, we've got some graduates. We'll deal with that in a minute. So, the big news, and you're going to see it here, is this. I've not got a face camera on, but I've got a big smile on my face because we're going to go steal Shawn Michaels from the WWF. Shut up, Scott. I don't care. I know Brett's going to be pissed, but that's fine. Mark, shut up, Mark. Nobody cares. Right, okay, so here we go. This is going to cost a lot of money. But we want Shawn Michaels, and I'm going to just give him 180,000 a month. Bonuses, his merch, he can have 70% of the merch. He can have a 70% bonus, a 50% bonus per show. And we'll cover his travel costs. And he can't work house shows, that's fine. There we go. The bid is in for Shawn Michaels. We have completely outbid the World Wrestling Federation for their World Heavyweight Champion. So, the only things that might cause an issue here is if he is loyal to the WWF. Which I don't think he is. I noticed Brian Clark didn't seem to care about bringing Shawn Michaels in, which is weird. But yeah, okay. Christ, there's a lot of news here. So, right, that's fine because we're going to just change the WCW pay-per-views. We were first, obviously. Brian Lee, I don't want. Chains, I don't want. Barry Windham. Barry Windham's still pretty good. It's tempting. Shawn, obviously. Gibson, Jim Powers, Chris. I need to sort these guys out on our end. Did we bring in Barry Windham? I mean, everybody's... screw it. Let's just bring in Barry Windham. And you can have 26 grand a month. There we go. If we don't get him, we don't get him. I'm not too fussed if we don't get Barry Windham. But it would be nice. So, contracts. Jim Powers. I didn't even know Jim Powers was on my roster. Chris Adams. I like Chris Adams. I think we'll keep Chris Adams. We'll give him a 2-year deal. because I like the team that he's got with Norman Smiley. Steven Regal will obviously give a new deal. Just give him 3 years on whatever he wants. And who was the other one? It was Martin Jannetty, who is definitely going to be going at the end of this month because he's in rehab. So, size. We are a solid 86 in most regions of the United States, other than Puerto Rico and Hawaii. But Puerto Rico did go up a point, so that's good. Canada, we are up to, oh my god, we're in the 80s in most regions in Canada. That's lovely. Really lovely. Mexico, we're up to 64. Britain, we have gone up to 52 and 51. Ireland and Wales, for some reason, not as keen. Japan, we're up to 78 everywhere except for Shikoku. Europe, we're up to 21 and 20. So we have dropped, but I think Europe is at like 17 or something. So we've dragged it up a little bit. Oceania, we're mid-30s in New South Wales and then late 20s, early 30s everywhere else. India, we're up to 19. So we'll take that. We'll take that all day long. In terms of anybody we want to look at, Booker T, we have got up to 65. Up a whole 10 points pretty much everywhere. Brett still in the 90s, so that's fine. Brother Ray and Devon are getting there. Benoit mid-60s, Jericho mid-60s, DDP 80, I don't think that's changed. Severn still around there. Kurt Hennig still in the mid-80s. Eddie's in the early 60s. Goldberg, oh yes. Look at that month for Billy Boy. US champion, main event winner. Hogan still just a complete and utter ridiculous god when it comes to popularity. Then we have, who else do we want to look at? Kevin Nash in the mid-80s, that's good. Conan, mid-60s. He's not going up that much, Conan, which is weird. Lex, Lex is nearly at 90. I mean, it's another amazing month for Lex as well. Who else do we have? Savage, mid-80s, that's fine. Raven, late 60s. Ray Jr., late 50s. Rick Rude, 89s. Piper, yeah, it is what it is. He's up by like 5-6 points everywhere, but that's kind of it. For Piper, I'm kind of done with Piper now for this stretch. Sting still in the early 90s. 49, is that up? A point. Take it. The Giant hanging around the 80s as well. Really good stuff. Really good stuff. Now, Mike Sanders, yeah, he absolutely stinks in real life and here, so that's fine. And Vanessa Sanchez. Who are you? Decent charisma. I'll be honest, I've not really got any use for a female manager here, so we'll just let her go elsewhere. But there we go. This is the big news though. We've had a great pay-per-view, and now this begins. I don't mean to click that. We are in the hunt for Shawn Michaels. Now, getting Shawn Michaels, to be honest, is a pretty big part of what I want to do. There's a story in mind that I have, and I'm hoping if we get Shawn, I think we'll easily outbid the WWF. That's not a concern. We will piss off Brett. That's fine. We'll just chuck money at Brett to get him back in our good books. We will get him back. It's fine. But yeah, I hope we get Shawn. We made so much money, by the way. Despite the fact that we spent so much money on the stuff. 27 million. Like, it's ridiculous. Pay-per-view revenue up. Performance down. Weirdly. Ticket sales up. Broadcast revenue tripled. Sponsors up. Merchandise nearly up 2 million. we look at last month, in the end we ended up with 9 people over 100,000, DDP just behind. But yeah, 3 guys well over 1 million as well. Beautiful. Cruiserweight title, that's fine. 22, I mean, okay, it's a bit low. Up to 48. Up to 76. Up to 33. And up to 30. So yeah, the belts are all going up. They're all very low, which is weird. I don't think there's anything else. We are now officially ranked number 1 in the world. So that's good. We are the big dogs of the world, which, I mean, that's just what you want to see, really, I think. We're crushing the WWF at this point. They're still making lots of money, but we're crushing them. We're going to be taking their big star, hopefully. And then, who's next? Who's the next star we could get? I mean, it'd be absolutely hilarious to steal Vince. But yeah, there's nobody really else over the next year. I mean, there's Vader, but 1998 Vader is kind of, it's not the same. Yeah, Goldust in 7 months, still only 29. And then you're looking at well into a year. As much as I would love Steve Austin, you know, he's 4 years left. Undertaker's 10 years. Triple H's 10. Kane's 10. The Rock's 10. A lot of these guys are just too long, so we'd need WWF to have a real financial crash to get any of those guys, but it's fine. That's going to do it, I think, for today's episode. I don't think there's anything else. Nope, that wasn't the final show. Yeah. Fingers crossed we get Shawn Michaels, eh? So that'll be fun. Good show. 91 overall. A solid month without being overly great, but I think the pay-per-view, those 2 matches near the end kind of stunk. Especially Raven DDP. That was a real misfire. Second worst match on the whole night as well. Somehow even below the Faces of Fear versus Steve Michael and Jim Duggan was the only match that was less than it. It was only 8 points. But we had an incredibly strong main event. Is that the best match we've ever done? No, oh yeah, we did Brett versus Rick. We got a net 9. But it is the 4th best match, tied, that we have ever done. And Bret Hart has featured in all 4 of them. Bret Hart is all over this top 10. He's in almost every match. Because he's the best. But yeah. Thumbs up for the show. Next show will be obviously Nitro and Thunder. And then we've got the Great American Bash at the end of the month. Before we then lead into Bash at the Beach. Oh! I didn't realise it was Bash at the Beach. That's fun. I've got a plan. That's going to automatically revive. I'm just going to revive it now. What? Eh? April. How will it clash? It's a different month. Oh, that's revived. Duh. May. Dormant. There we go. Stupid game. Yeah, so there we go. That's going to be it for today's episode. Again, drop a like if you liked the pay-per-view. If your predictions were correct, let me know, all that fun stuff. See you guys in a couple of days' time. By the time that next episode comes out, I will be standing in a field in beautiful Derbyshire. Sorry, my calendar just came up there. I'll be standing in the field in beautiful Derbyshire because this is coming out on the 6th of July, I believe. Or the 8th? When does this come out? The 8th. So yeah, by the time you've watched this, I will actually be in England. And then the following night I will be at Bloodstock watching Opeth have an amazing headline set, hopefully. So thanks so much for watching. See you guys in a couple of days' time. And goodbye.